Hello, dear friends. Welcome to another session in molecular biology. Today, we are going to deal with the RNA. RNA is ribonucleic acid. As you know, that there are different types of RNAs, mainly ribosomal RNA, mRNA, and tRNA. We are going to discuss all of them. Watch till the end for complete understanding of the topic. Let's move ahead. First, we will see the structure and function of tRNA. tRNA is known as transfer RNA. There are other names for the tRNA, which are the soluble RNA. It is also known as supernatant RNA because it is obtained in the supernatant when we centrifuge different types of RNA. And it accounts for about 12 to 15% in the total RNA concentration. The structure of tRNA was worked out by Hawley et al. Et al. Is group of scientists. Hawley is the supervisor for them. Worked out by Hawley et al. The primary, secondary, tertiary structure. Let us see the primary structure. The primary structure of tRNA is the linear structure. Linear means it is from 5' to 3' end, formed by number of nucleotides one after another, and this structure, linear structure, is formed by the process of transcription. Transcription, as you know, it is the synthesis of RNA from the DNA from any specific gene. From tRNA genes, this tRNA is formed. And this linear structure, there are number of nucleotides one after another which are linked by phosphodiester bond here. This is from 5' to 3' direction, and there are limited number of bases here. Usually 60 to 95 bases are present in the structure of tRNA, and most commonly we take the model organism in E. coli tRNA. The number of bases are 76. That is about the primary structure of the tRNA, and this primary structure also contains number of the modified bases. They include ribothymidine, pseudouridine, dihydrouridine, and inosine. Let's see the structures one by one. Ribothymidine. This is the structure of ribothymidine, where this is the ribo sugar. That is why it is called as ribothymidine. And here, this entire molecule is the thymine structure. Usually thymine is present in DNA, but this thymine is attached to the ribo sugar. That is why it is called as ribothymidine. Let's see the second one. It is dihydrouridine. It is also very simple structure. See this. This is the structure of dihydrouridine. It is same like that of the uracil. In uracil, there is double bond which is present. But here, in case of dihydrouridine, what happens? The CH, single bond CH is there. Two hydrogens are added here. That is why it is called as dihydrouridine. Let's see another structure, which is pseudouridine. Here the ribose sugar is attached. In this position, the ribose sugar is attached. That is why it is called as pseudouridine. Actually, the ribose sugar has to attach here. But instead, the ribose sugar is attached to some other place. That is why it is called as pseudouridine. Let's see the structure of inosine. This is the structure of inosine, which is formed by deamination of adenine residue. And these four modified bases, what are they? Ribothymidine, pseudouridine, dihydrouridine, and inosine. These represent the most common modified bases or unusual bases which are present in the structure of tRNA. They are found only in the structure of tRNA, not found in case of rRNA as well as mRNA. Okay, till now we have seen the primary structure of tRNA, which is from 5' to 3' direction. Most common bases are 76 nitrogen bases, and it is linear structure. This primary structure, it folds upon itself to form the secondary structure. secondary structure is roughly a clover leaf-like structure which forms stems as well as loops. It is by folding upon itself it forms the loop-like structure. So it contains arms. The specific arms that are present in the structure of tRNA are amino acid acceptor arm, DHU arm, anticodon arm, as well as T-Cy arm. These are named due to the importance to the particular arm. This structure shows you the secondary structure of tRNA, which is arranged in the form of arms. This is DHU arm, this is anticodon arm, and this one is T-Cy arm, and this is amino acid attachment arm. This amino acid attachment arm, it has 3' CCA, the last nitrogen base is adenine, to which the amino acid gets attached. This is the amino acid attachment point. That is why this structure, this system is known as amino acid attachment, and which contains about 5 to 7 base pair. It contains around 5 to 7 base pair stem. This DHU arm, it is named because of the presence of dihydrouridine in this particular loop, which also contains a 5 base pair stem, and there is unpaired bases. These are unpaired bases which are forming the loop. And this lower one is the anticodon arm, which contains around 5 base pair stem is present and containing a 7 bases loop. In this loop, these three nitrogen bases called as anticodon. Why it is known as anticodon means it is complementary to the codon sequence. This anticodon is complementary to the codon sequence which is present on the mRNA. Codons are present on the mRNA, anticodon is present on the tRNA. And this arm is called as a T-Cy arm. This T-Cy is named because of the presence G-T-Cy. They are orderly present in this particular loop. So T is ribothymidine, Cy is pseudouridine, and C. As these modified bases are present in the arm, it is called as T-Cy arm, which also contains a 5 base pair stem, and here it contains a 4 base pair stem in the DHU arm. A small variable loop is also present, which contains around 5 to 20 bases may or may not be present in some of the tRNAs. And this is the structure of tRNA, where starts with 5' end, ends with 3' end. These arms are formed due to the looping of the primary structure of the tRNA, thereby forming the stems as well as loops. In this, the anticodon is very important, which is complementary to the codon sequence which is present on the mRNA strand. On the mRNA, codons are present. Coming to the tertiary structure of tRNA is an L-shaped structure where one arm of the L is formed by anticodon or DHU. See, this is the L-shaped structure. One arm is formed by anticodon and DHU. Another arm is formed by what? T-Cy as well as amino acid acceptor stem. Okay, this is the tertiary structure to which the amino acid usually gets attached, and these are the primary, secondary, tertiary structures of the tRNA. Let's see the functions of tRNA. What the tRNA does is, first, the recognition of amino acids. Where the amino acids are present in the cell. Suppose if this is the nucleus and these are the amino acids that are present, and here imagine if here this is the ribosome where the mRNA is attached to this one, the tRNA has to carry the amino acids. Ribosomes provide the platform where the tRNA has to carry these amino acids. Okay, So in order to carry these amino acids to the tRNA, here the amino acids get attached. This is the amino acid which is attached to the 3' end of the tRNA. And the function is it transfers the amino acids from the cytoplasm to the place of protein synthesis, which is nothing but ribosomes. This is shortly about the structure and functions of tRNA. Thanks for watching till the end. Explore Dorka Berry tutorials for more videos. Thank you.